What's up, Collider TV Talk fans? Happy New Year! It's Josh McCouga along with the legendary Roxy Stryer. Happy New Year, Rox.
That's me, that's she, that's I.
Oh, win-win. This is Hypothetical Questions here on the Collider TV Talk feed on Collider. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Collider Podcast, subscribe to the feed, share it, listen to it wherever all your podcasts are found. Perhaps you have an Alexa or a Google Home or you have Spotify, Pandora, whatever the case may be. I don't know if we're on Pandora. I don't know if that works like that.
Ooh, you know what?
What's up?
They could be listening to it right now somewhere, and here's what I'm going to say. Hey, Alexa, put on Hypothetical Questions with Josh and Roxy. Now they're listening to two places.
Two worlds colliding.
Do you think that worked for anybody?
1%.
Okay.
Not bad.
I'll take 1%.
Depending on how large our audience is.
I've always wanted to be part of the 1%.
I haven't. I am a part of it.
Whoa.
In attitude and kindness, I'm part of the 1%.
Yeah.
So 2019 is a big year, Roxy. Huge year.
Because
I don't know.
just life.
Just life in general.
It's another year
It's
for
another
sure.
year.
We don't have that many years of life. Like if
true.
you think about it, you know, say you even live to 100, which would be crazy. This is a percentage of your life.
Yes.
This year.
It's 1% of your life.
Trying to be part of that 1%.
1%. Crushing it. So our first hypothetical question of 2019.
It's a big one for a big year.
It's huge.
Do I drum roll or do we just decide to leave that in 2018?
Well, I think we're going to leave the drum roll in 2018. What do you think? Would you like it?
It's not that I don't want to. It's that it wasn't working. And
Okay.
sometimes you have to leave things that aren't working in the past.
Right. True. That's why
really deep.
I stopped wearing really baggy jeans and I'm now wearing more adult-friendly tapered jeans.
Would you call them skinny jeans?
No, not skinny.
But they're
just-
skinny and they're jeans.
No, they're not skinny because they
You
have
wear
a little bit of
skinny
a
jeans.
flare. I
No.
don't wear. When we get out of here, if you think my jeans are skinny jeans, you can tell me. But I don't
You think I've
they
never
are.
looked at your jeans?
Do you think I wear skinny jeans?
So you or me?
That's you for sure.
That's you.
That's definitely you. I haven't had my phone on ringer since I bought it.
I haven't had my phone on ringer since today.
But my phone did go off an alarm to check in for my flight at lunch today.
That's true. And you picked that up like it was, okay, I used this expression before, like it was on fire, but why would you pick up something on fire?
I don't know.
You picked it up like something else was on fire and that was the extinguisher.
Correct. Because my biggest pet peeve in this world is phones that are on ringer and people don't get at them right away. Again, I never have my phone on ringer just because. Anyway, that's not a slight at you or anybody else. And here comes the fake drum roll. Okay, so 2019. Our hypothetical question is: what if you only had? What if you could only watch 10 shows in 2019?
What if
What if
you could only watch 10 shows in 2019?
2019. Okay. Now
I just made it more dramatic by repeating it.
you want
That's
to
what I was
How
saying.
about I do a little violin for you? All right, you ready?
What if you could only watch 10 shows in 2019?
Boom. Nailed it. That's pretty good. That was teamwork right there.
From here on out, that's how we'll do it.
Okay. Done and done. We got rid of the drum roll and got spicy violins.
So I don't think any show we've done thus far has stressed me out like this one has. Because it's like Sophie's Choice again and again and again. And I feel like a lot of people don't even watch 10 shows in a year. But for people like you and me who A, make a living off of watching TV, but B, are so invested in legitimately maybe like 70 plus shows a year, it's really tough to
Yes.
limit this to 10.
And these are shows that are airing in 2019.
Yes.
These aren't shows that have been canceled. These aren't shows that just aired in 2018 that ended, that we want like a reboot. This is legitimately shows that will air in 2019.
And barring no production issues happen. You know
Correct.
what I mean? Like if
We're told that these shows
yeah,
will
we're told
air
that these shows
in 2019.
are supposed to air in 2019.
Correct.
So
Now-
I've been thinking about like 50 of them.
Okay.
So you know. And I'm not willing to part ways with any of them.
Oh,
so
great. And just so the fans know, people know, this is a top 10 list, a 10 list of shows that
did you not want
and-
to use top 10?
Well, I mean,
You
it's-
said it and then you
but
felt bad.
I hate like the ranking issue of it, like
Yeah.
at 10.
And it's not not necessarily in order.
In
Just
order.
we're picking 10 shows that
Right.
we can't live without.
Correct.
This
in,
year.
in 2019, and this is a combined list of you and me together. So I
Which is
might
going to
have
make it way tougher.
real hard,
Really hard.
really difficult.
Because I already know there's one show that I'm unwilling to part ways with that
Yes.
you do not want.
100%, and I know what it is
And
because you
I'm-
brought it up immediately.
And I'm unwilling.
Well, it's going to have to go because I'm. This is a hard stance. I think here's what we do. We have a rule. Well, first we should tell. We're going to have 2 caveats and list. We're going to have a show that we can bring. One show that we can bring back from cancellation for 2019. This is the hypothetical world. One show we can bring back from 2018 that was canceled in 2018, and one show that has ended or was canceled all time.
That we're rebooting.
We're rebooting
for a new season
with the same cast.
Yeah, reboot doesn't mean actual hard reboot. It's a soft reboot.
Soft reboot. So continuation.
So just a continuation, like a Will and Grace style.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Do you want to start with those?
But those are not part of the 10.
Not part of the 10.
So we're going to do the 10, and then we've got those.
No, I think we should start with our caveats. Or what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a soft place to land.
Okay. Soft place.
But we each get one, or we have to?
We each get one.
Okay.
Okay. And then all time. Okay. I'm writing these
So which
down.
one are we doing first?
Let's do all time. Continuation.
One
Same
season.
cast. One season.
And by the way, this is a different answer. This has got to be a different answer than like if there was one episode
Right.
or if you got a movie to wrap it all out
Yep.
or anything like that.
Because we will down the line do like, what if you could only watch 5 episodes of Friends or 5 episodes of Seinfeld or 5 episodes of Sopranos or Breaking Bad or whatever, those, or Game of Thrones. Those will be hypothetical questions down the line, I think, and we can make a list out of those. But today, top 10, or what if you could only watch 10 shows in 2019, and then here are caveats. What if you could continue / soft reboot a show all time and a show that was canceled in 2018?
Okay. So
Okay.
what are some of the things you're thinking about for your show of all time?
All time, I'm definitely thinking. I was definitely thinking comedy, but then I was thinking, man, would I like to see this one drama and really see what happened after the finale? Though a lot of people would say that the finale was a good way to end it. And I was going to say Sopranos.
It's on my list too.
Okay.
Well, so a lot of people say that the finale was awful, and a lot of people think that the finale was amazing. However, I just don't know if I want to see
More.
if I want to see Sopranos with that Tony. So,
Well,
and I'm not necessarily even saying that he in the finale would no longer be in the next season because up for interpretation. But obviously, without him being alive, what are we gonna watch a season of?
yeah.
But maybe I would.
Maybe you want to see AJ in charge or somebody.
Maybe
Yeah.
or not. I don't know. So is that your pick though?
So no, it's not my pick. Because I think that it's probably the greatest one season of television. I Freaks and Geeks
love that
deserves a second season. I want to see a second season of Freaks and Geeks. I know all the actors are much older now, but I'd love to see like a 30-something Freaks and Geeks.
It would be like watching any of those movies that are awesome as a show.
Yes.
Like if we got back all of our Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
I mean, that cast
Franco,
is
Busy Phillips.
stacked
Yes.
nation.
Yep.
Sam Levine.
Sam Levine.
Go Sam.
Frances Daly, Martin Starr. I mean,
What's
they're
her name? Janine, the girl, the brown hair,
The main
glasses
girl, Linda
with the-
Cardellini.
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing. And you could have like a 30-something. Basically what they were trying to make happen in that show on ABC about the Friends, that they were trying to get like a This Is Us with Friends. Do you know what I mean? And then, like Ron Livingston dies at the beginning. He dies in the pilot of the show. A Million Little Things. You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't watched it, but
Yeah, I watched the pilot.
People
I
say that
understood
that it is like This Is Us light.
Yes. Yeah. It's like less filling.
Okay, so that's yours.
Yeah. All time.
All right, so I kind of pitter patter around with a lot of things. Now, here's the deal. Obviously, anybody listening to this is like, if she doesn't say Friends, then she's lying. I'm not, because I don't think it would do justice to the show to have a season of Friends.
Right.
It's too many episodes. If we had 24 more episodes of Friends at this point, I don't want to know that much past what happened. I would love an episode. Or
like a movie.
Or what happened, a movie, something, but like a full season of it, no.
But we also talked about it earlier before Collider Live today, that the finale is perfect.
And
the finale of Friends is perfect.
And also, I have a hard time watching some of them now, like knowing who
Did you
they
watch
become.
episodes?
And yeah, I did watch episodes. I loved episodes. But like specifically, I mean, Courtney Cox was on Shameless this past season.
She's had some work done.
And it's like challenging.
It's jarring.
Like watching her with Chandler would be so strange because it's just so not who my friends were growing up. So it wouldn't be Friends, despite popular belief.
I think that Chandler and Monica got divorced. I think this could be a full episode of Hypothetical Question is what happened to the cast of Friends.
Yeah, we've got to do that. Oh my God.
I'll write it down.
But you'll probably destroy it for me.
Why?
So then-
Why do you say that? Why? Because I'm a negative Nancy or something?
Well, because you just said that they got divorced, and that will literally ruin my life. Are you trying to ruin my life
Maybe.
or not? So then the next one that I thought about was bringing back The Leftovers, because that's one of my favorite shows ever. And the way it ended, there's still so many questions that I have. I just have so many questions. But it is a pretty perfect 3 seasons, and I don't really want to mess with it because I don't know if they have answers.
Okay.
So what I'm picking is a show that was kind of destroyed by its ending.
Okay.
And I don't know how they would fix it, but I know that it's worth a shot because at the time it was known as the greatest show of all time. And by the ending, but now 10 years later, nobody even thinks about this show in their top. And that show is Lost. I want another season of Lost. Now, I don't know how, based on the ending they gave. Maybe they retcon it. I really don't know. I really don't care. But I need another season of Lost.
Okay. And, you know, I mean, a lot of those actors in Lost would be able to do the show.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Evangeline Lilly because she's in the Avengers.
But maybe she would.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Man, that's a good call. Lost
Just
is a
because,
good
like,
call.
what the actual F happened, and like, where actually were you, and can you answer the questions about purgatory, and like, what 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42, what's going on, the polar bear, like, I still have so many questions about the hatch and all of these things. I really feel like they could deep dive, and again, if they have to retcon the final episode, fine. Just make it.
Just do
I
it.
didn't even dislike it as much as other people, but I need a proper goodbye.
See, I was thinking of shows like a Parks and Rec or an Office, but I also think that they had a fitting finale. Like, we got enough because there was a lot of stuff going around over the holiday about an Office reunion kind of a thing, and how Michael and how Steve Carell was like, I don't need to do that. I think we left. I think I left with enough Office, and it's The Office is on Comedy Central all the time. It still holds up. It's still fantastic.
And
it's still amazing.
the rewatchability of those. If you want to watch more of that, just watch it.
Them. Yeah.
But these dramas with the arcs and we need more.
Agreed. All right, so a show that was canceled in 2019. Mine's easy, but I'll let you go first.
All right, my show canceled in 2019, canceled in 2018 for 2019, is a show that not a lot of people watched, but because it was really bad at first, but then it got really funny, and then it got strange and artsy, and I really liked the direction it was going. So even though it wasn't my favorite show, I think that if they had another season, they really could bring it home, and that show is Disjointed.
The Kathy Bates show?
Yeah, the Kathy Bates show. So it was weird, but they were really touching upon things like PTSD and how cannabis can affect different people that are veterans or older or having sex issues or whatever. And it was funny, but they were touching upon serious things. And I think that in the cannabis culture today, we really need a show like this. Not a show like Weeds, although I liked Weeds, but a show that can talk about the benefits of cannabis while also being entertaining. There is a place for that. And unfortunately, the show was canceled too soon.
I think the hard part about Disjointed for me, because my mother-in-law loved it. It was like a show right up her alley.
My dad, too.
Yeah. I watched the pilot, and I was like, I can't. Just can't.
Pilot was really bad.
I can't do the multicam in a dispensary with the
laugh track was really, really jarring.
Really jarring. The way the camera worked and the whole thing, it was also very jarring. So I couldn't get into it. I will say we talked about Disjointed like when it first popped up on Netflix, whenever it was the last year, a year before, whatever. Because did they do 2 seasons of Disjointed? Yeah. But I get it. I think that there's probably a script pitched every single day about a dispensary in Hollywood,
literally.
Right? And they haven't greenlit any of them because I think, one, it doesn't appeal to everybody because weed isn't legal everywhere, and 2, the people that would watch that are, it might just, I don't know if it equates. Like, did you see High Maintenance on HBO about the weed delivery guy?
No.
It was actually pretty entertaining. It was like vignettes, basically, all like told throughout a thing. It was well done, but again, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're ready for it just yet because the dispensary hasn't become a bar yet.
Yeah, I mean, the challenging thing is there's a difference between making a show about a dispensary, like making a show about a bar, and making a show about weed.
Right.
Because you would never make a show about alcohol.
No.
It would just be in the background. And what we need is...
It's like working at a brewery or a distillery or
so
whatever.
If the dispensary is the background, but that's not the focus, like they still have lives and characters and all that stuff, then I think it could totally work, like a coffee shop or whatever kind of background. But you're right, that right now, just a show about weed, then it would just be a show about weed.
You're right. For me, it's Detroiters on so both D shows.
I don't know this show.
On Comedy Central. It's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
Why don't I know
It's
it?
only 2 seasons because Comedy Central doesn't do any kind of marketing besides one billboard on Sunset. Comedy Central kind of got away from a lot of their strengths, and I don't know if because they don't do any of their shows on streaming platforms. They don't license it out to Hulu or anything like that. It's just on the Comedy Central app, so it gets buried. You have to go to the separate app. It's hard to find. But Detroiters is absolutely genius. Sam Richardson, Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson was on SNL. Sam Richardson is Richard Splett on Veep. And they played best friends. They're best friends in real life. They play best friends on the show. They're from Detroit. They're from Detroit. It's like but then they run an ad agency. It's very, very funny. 2 seasons, it got canceled. It's really a shame because it was
too soon.
Gone too soon. It was incredible. I can't recommend it highly enough. And it's not just because Sam is a friend of mine. It legitimately is it's one of the funniest shows you'll watch.
I'm gonna have to check it
swear to
out.
God, it's 2 seasons, only 20 episodes. It's amazing. It's
Okay.
amazing. You love it. It's
I'll
so
watch.
silly. It's so silly.
I'll watch.
All right. So those are our basically honorable mentions / our
Out of the box.
Out of the box. Okay. Now we have to break down 10 shows. I just went from 7 to 10.
Doing really
Okay.
well in that math class.
I think the one that we can both agree on at the top, most important.
Game of Thrones.
Correct.
Yeah. You have to watch Game of Thrones in 2019 if you do not put that on your list. Because I hope you guys at home, by the way, make lists and put them in the comments and let us know what your 10 are.
Yeah.
But if Game
Or
of Thrones
tweet
is
them at us,
not
whatever.
on there, you're just going to be left behind. Because
Yes.
at the water cooler or whatever, you have to watch it.
There are casinos out there that have odds on who's going to sit on the Iron Throne. Daenerys. I mean, they're talking whatever. Now, I don't know if writers can go bet on that or who knows what, but there is a way that you could rig that whole thing. But you're right. The water cooler conversation alone after the finale of Game of Thrones is going to be bonkers. Twitter may explode. It may explode.
And I want it to.
Yeah. We're talking about end of April, probably. Middle to end of April that we're going to see the premiere. I've been marathoning
They
it.
launched the date. They gave the release date. I'll find it for you.
Did they?
I think so.
I don't think I've seen an actual release date
Maybe not.
because I'm going to throw a party.
You are? Can I come?
Yeah.
Really?
We'll probably have a party here, too.
Oh.
Then you can definitely come.
If it's here,
Yeah.
but not if it's at yours, because that was kind of mean. That's fine. You talk so I can look through this.
Okay. So, clearly Game of Thrones.
Is the other one that's on both of our lists, by the way, which I was thinking about, which would not be on most people's lists, Walking Dead?
See, I don't have it on my list.
No, it just says April. You're right.
Because
April 2019. I thought they
Yeah,
gave an
we don't
April
have an
20
exact
something,
date.
but I made
Well,
that
remember
up.
they did that thing last time where they melted the ice and then it didn't work and we all sat there watching
that
ice
was
melt
brutal.
for an hour.
That was brutal.
I don't have it on my top 10 list. I don't have The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
I see. I
I'm
care.
okay not putting it on there.
Me too.
I'm okay not putting it on. Okay, so we next thing Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Okay, what about True Detective?
that has to go on the list. I've been waiting for this for 4 years,
But
3
here's
years.
the thing that I will say.
We don't know what we're getting.
Yeah, we don't know what we're getting. I love Mahershala Ali, but what?
Mahershala.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
What?
The way you
I say it weird?
well, the way you accentuate the Allah at the end of his name.
Sounds like Ali.
Yeah, so you're like Mahershala Allah Ali.
No, Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali.
Okay, that was better.
I think that my L's linger long. I like.
Your L gets stuck in your mouth.
Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali.
That's a fun name to say. I love him.
I do too.
And so I have a lot of faith, but I did not watch season 2 because of how bad everybody told me it was. So I don't feel as scorned lover as many people probably do.
Okay.
But I don't know. Does it make the list because of the bad taste in our mouth?
Let's put True Detective on the back burner for right now, but
Okay.
it's very important.
Okay, so
Very important.
It's going to be on the back burner for now.
Okay.
The next one,
That I think should be on both of our lists. The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
definitely on my list.
Okay.
Especially after this past season, it showed that it's not just a one-hit wonder.
And the finale alone has me just pining for another season.
I have to know what happens.
Yeah, me too.
I have to know what happens. So I love that.
Okay.
Sticking with streaming stuff, do you care at all about any of the above? I'm going to name a couple of them. Orange is the New Black.
No.
Grace and Frankie.
Oh man, I love Grace and Frankie.
I love it too.
Can we put it with True Detective?
Okay.
On the back burner, just for now.
Yeah.
Those are very important shows that I love.
Now here's one that I don't know that I'm willing, a streaming one that I don't know I'm willing to part with. I don't know if you're a fan of the show though.
What?
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, I can't.
I have to watch it though.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to put it in the back burner right now too, because I'm not willing to let go of it yet.
Okay.
And we might have to do a little trading and negotiating.
Okay. All right.
Sticking with the streaming stuff, do you care about Stranger Things?
Yes and no.
It's another water cooler one where everybody talks about it.
Yes. I think we have to put it on the list, but I will say this. If it was season 2 of Stranger Things, because season 1 was so good, and I liked season 2, but I didn't love it. But I just saw the poster, and it's like a summer you'll never forget. So it's taking place in the summer. It's the first time the kids aren't at school. They don't have school.
So you're
and
kinda in.
awesome stuff happens in the summertime.
But I agree with you, because remember that one weird episode of season 2 where 11 went
She
somewhere
met
else and whatever?
7 and 6.
I don't want to focus on that. So, but okay, I think we put it on the list hardcore.
Yes.
Stranger Things going on the list.
Okay.
Sticking with streaming, let's talk a little bit about Black Mirror. Black Mirror fan or no?
So this year's Black Mirror was the first time that I didn't watch all of them, and I was totally fine with it.
Okay, I don't need it to be on my list.
No.
So let's leave it off the list.
Okay.
This one I think we have to add.
Okay.
And I don't know if either of us want to, but we'll be so behind if we don't put it on, and we need to know what happens. Just we need to at least try an episode. Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to launch the Disney streaming service. I know that I'm in the extreme minority, especially the people that watch these our shows, watch Collider, that are fans of Collider and a lot of the stuff that we do. But I feel that the Star Wars fandom has passed me by so much because I am not the ultimate fan, that if I watch The Mandalorian and I don't know enough about the canon or what's happening in the Star Wars world, will I enjoy it enough? Or will I get the same thing of like, oh, you like The Last Jedi? You're an idiot because you didn't think, like, are you kidding me? They go all the way to Mandalore and they do this or whatever. It's the same as
I
like.
get exactly what you're saying, and I feel that way too. It's kind of like when I watched this most recent Harry Potter, and you're like,
Crimes of Grindelwald?
yeah, and I'm kind of like, wait, I've seen all of them, but I don't even get what's going on.
Right.
Like, I've seen, obviously, all the Star Wars many times,
Sure.
but I don't read all of the books. I don't watch Rebels. Like,
Right.
am I going to be confused?
That's my worry.
At the same time,
Is it going to be badass?
what if it's amazing?
Like, what if they create this new world that us casual Star Wars fans don't need to know?
So I think we have to put it on
Yeah, I
our
think
list because
so,
we got to
too.
try it at least.
Yep.
Again, going with more streaming shows, how do you feel about Glow?
If I didn't put Glow on my list, I'd be real bummed.
Me too.
Because I think Glow is
One of the best.
One of the best, and I think it's so criminally underrated because
Let's put it on.
the people that don't watch it are like, I didn't
They're
watch
missing
it.
out. They're really missing out.
They're really missing out. So now we're at 5 shows, Roxy. We
I
only
know.
have 5 more spots
I know,
on
and
here.
that was me just going through some of the streaming ones. Let's go back and let's take it with some regular ones. I'm not going to throw in the one that I really want right now.
Are you saving that?
Yep,
Okay.
to try to show you we have space for it.
Okay.
Let's talk about Good Place. Are you watching Good Place?
I like Good Place, but
It's one of the best comedies, and I don't know if we've got many. I mean, we've got Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Glow's kind of funny.
Glow's very funny, I think.
So, all right, I think we can leave it.
Okay, Good Place is
It's a good place.
it's a very good place to be, but I don't love it like everybody else does. I think it's very funny, but I don't laugh out loud a lot at it.
So we're gonna leave it.
Okay.
All right. What do you think about any of the DC shows, from Supergirl to Flash to Arrow to Legends of Tomorrow to Black Lightning to Gotham to Lucifer to iZombie? All of those.
I can a hard pass on those.
If I was going to put one on, I would put Supergirl or Flash, but I'm actually okay leaving them.
I know what's
could
going to
take a year
happen.
break.
I know what's going to happen.
I could take a year break.
It's going to start off with adversity. They're going to get into a fight. There's going to be a down moment where Barry and Iris like maybe
You just
break
described
up.
every show, though.
Yeah, it's just, and then they get back up. They beat the villain of the week. Da-na-na-na. But Iris, it couldn't have just been da-na-na-na. Yeah, it's over. Speedster. Oh, the Speedster got
What
it.
about Punisher or Jessica Jones? Are we
can
getting both
pass
of those in 2019?
We're getting Punisher and Jessica Jones for sure in
Okay.
2019. I don't need Jessica Jones. I watched season 2, most of it.
I like Jessica Jones, but I don't need it
I
either.
don't need it. But I did love Punisher.
Let's put it on our maybes.
Okay.
Okay, it's adding to the maybes right now.
So right now on the maybe list, just to refresh
True
people.
Detective, Grace and Frankie, Handmaid's Tale, Punisher. All right, so continuing to go through right now with This Is Us. Now, that is one of my favorite shows, like, real.
That's pretty much our only network show that's going to be on here.
Okay, so we're putting it on.
It has to be. I need to know what happens, like you said.
Like, I can't live without
I can't live without it.
Watchmen, we don't know. I mean, I love Damon Lindelof. I'm a huge Lost fan and Leftovers fan.
Yep.
I like the movie. I'm not a big comic book reader.
I know nothing about the property other than the movie that I saw that I tried probably 5 or 6 times to get through it and seen it in bits and pieces. I just don't like it.
Do we want to leave it off our list?
Yes.
I think so too.
Okay.
Let's talk a show that made huge waves and has tons of not only wins but huge goals for the next season, Big Little Lies.
Yeah, the problem with Big Little Lies, and I've said it on TV Talk 1.0 and everything, is I think it was a perfect 1-season miniseries.
It was a great miniseries. But what happens if it comes back for season 2?
And it's a bomb.
And people know that, but then I don't care that it wasn't on my list. But what if everybody around you is like, season 2 is even better? Because I have faith in them.
Can we put it on the maybes?
Yeah. I'm making all these abbreviations. I'm not going to remember what they mean. This is
a BLL, PUN, HT, TD, and GNF.
Killing it.
Okay.
This one's making a lot of top 10 lists everywhere else. I don't know if it's on your list at all. It's not really on mine, although I loved this character growing up. Used to play the game. Carmen Sandiego.
Now,
where in the world?
Is it going to be like an adult Carmen Sandiego where she plays like a Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible?
That's what it's seeming like.
Like an international crime?
Spy crime.
With all those people?
I guess.
Listen, if it's...
But does that make your top 10? Are you as excited about that as like a second or fourth season of a show you love right now? Because I feel like for new shows, the only new show I'm really thinking about putting on here is Mandalorian. I don't think I need to know Carmen Sandiego as much as I need to know Mandalorian.
If I was making a top 15 list, I'd probably put Carmen Sandiego
All right, so we kick it off. It's not on our top 5. Buffy? Were you a Buffy the Vampire Slayer growing up? I can leave this off because I just don't have as much faith in it as I do the original series.
I've seen 2 versions of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't think I need another one.
Yep.
Though Sabrina was pretty entertaining for most people. I watched the first 2 episodes. It wasn't for me.
All right, this one, I think hands down for both of us. Ozark.
Yeah.
Got to be on there. It's got to be on there. Possibly my favorite show of the year. So.
I was really bummed that Thad did not like Ozark that much. He gave it a B-.
What?
Yeah.
It was a solid A. A. Straight
across the board.
Straight up across the board.
Yep.
Barry.
Okay. I was tossing and turning thinking about Barry on this one because Barry and Atlanta for me are like my 2 favorite non-laughing comedies.
Well, I was going to ask you about Atlanta soon, so let's just break them both down right now.
Put them both down.
Yeah.
I think if we put Barry on, it's almost like a tie. If I have Barry, then I can't have Atlanta. If I have Atlanta, I can't have Barry.
Which one would you rather?
I'm
going to tell you what I would rather.
I'm leaning towards Barry.
I'm leaning towards Atlanta.
Okay.
Here's why.
Go.
Again, FOMO. The FOMO factor is real with me. Fear of missing out. Barry, sleeper pick. Nobody was watching it. And I was watching it, and I was like, why is nobody watching this?
Right.
I have nobody to talk to about this. Atlanta, by the time this past season aired, everybody was talking about, like, not only just Donald Glover and what he's done with the show, but specific episodes and moments. And, like, I don't know. I feel like, although I actually liked Barry as much as I liked Atlanta this season, I don't know. Do you really want to not be able to talk to people about Atlanta?
No, I think I need Atlanta more.
Yeah, I think we need Atlanta. Okay. But we could put it in our maybes for now.
Let's put Barry on the maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, one of those has to be on the list.
Yep. Going down the list, something that neither of us need. I liked it. You don't. Westworld. No. I'm willing to give you that one.
Yep.
That's fine. Shameless.
Listen,
I'm curious what they're going to do.
I'm curious what they're going to do with Emmy Rossum, but I've seen the show so much that I know what's probably going to happen. And if I was going to like predict how the end goes, right, is she's now broke, the building, whatever. She says she can't be around this family anymore, and she moves out to start a job somewhere. She gets a job offer somewhere else, or somebody sends her somewhere, and she needs to go out on her own. And that's how she goes. It's not. She doesn't die. It's not like something.
If she dies, the show
It's
really effed
really
up.
stupid. Frank's going to have his silly storyline. I hope Lip gets his stuff together. Now he's kind of got like a girlfriend, I guess. I look forward to seeing the Carl storyline because it's always silly.
Yeah.
I really don't care about Debbie. She always seems to make the stupid decision. And I couldn't care less about Ian, I guess. I mean, I like that he's in jail.
Wild. Ian, that's the one I'm most interested in because of Mickey.
Yeah, they're in jail.
Yeah.
Okay, I am interested in Ian and Mickey. I like this whole storyline. But I don't need to watch Shameless in 2019 if it's good. If I have to watch it over some of these other shows.
Yeah, I'm willing to leave it behind too.
Yes.
Next one's Crashing, Veep, Big Mouth. Talk to me about those.
Veep,
because I don't watch any of those. I liked Crashing when I saw it, but
Crashing is great. But I know what I'm kind of gonna. Again, I know what I'm gonna kind of get. It's definitely on the DVR, and I really enjoyed it. It's an easy watch. This is Veep's final season.
So you kind of need it.
I need it, and it's probably the funniest show on television.
So the problem is I don't watch it. So we had to put it in the maybes for now.
It's a maybe.
All right, we're putting in the maybes.
Okay.
Show that I really don't like and just don't want to let you have, The Crown.
I don't need it because we don't have the same cast. We have a new cast, and it's a different time, and I'm fine with that.
Billions?
Okay, I know you don't watch Billions.
I saw the pilot.
Yeah.
It's good. Enough.
This season is going to be
top
very
10.
different than the last couple seasons, but there's still going to be just as much subterfuge. I'm okay with putting Billions on the back burner if that's it's same as Succession. I love Succession. I love Billions, but if it's like a rainy day, I'll throw in Billions. I don't need to. I'm thinking of terms of when it pops up on Thursday night or on Sunday night or whatever, I need to watch that show. Like it's event television for me, and these shows are event television. Billions I can watch like 2 or 3 at a time.
Better Call Saul?
Man.
I watched the first season and I liked it, but the reason I stopped watching for the second season is because I can leave it.
Yeah. I honestly think they sold Better Call Saul wrong to the Breaking Bad faithful as a Better Call Saul spinoff, where in effect it's actually a Breaking Bad prequel. Had they sold it as a Breaking Bad prequel, 100% I would have been on board.
I have one more
Way
show.
more. I think it would be way more popular.
So we're not bringing it with us. Nope.
I mean, if you don't watch it,
Then we can't bring it.
Yeah.
But the one show that I do watch that you don't watch that I'll sell you my kidney to have, because there's so many episodes, is Big Brother.
Roxy.
We're doing 2 seasons of it. We're doing a celebrity one and a summer one, so that's tons of episodes. It's on 3 times a week.
I'm not going to give you Big Brother.
Can we put it on the maybes? Just to be there?
Okay, I'll give you a maybe.
All right, we put it on the maybes. So right now we currently have Game of Thrones, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Stranger Things, Mandalorian, Glow, This Is Us, Ozark, and Atlanta.
Atlanta with 2 spots left.
Which makes us have 2 spots left, and the places in our spots, the possibilities.
Grace and Frankie, The Walking Dead, Handmaid's Tale, Punisher, Big Little Lies, Barry, Veep, and Big Brother.
So just so you know, your abbreviation for The Walking Dead is actually for True Detective. We nixed The Walking Dead.
So it's True Detective. That's my bad. That's my bad. True Detective.
Yep, I was thinking that when I looked down at mine too. All right. And Big Brother. It's a tough choice with Big Brother on here.
If I'm going to give you my 2 from this lineup, I'm going to give you True Detective and Veep, but also Punisher.
That's funny. I'm taking... Mine would be Handmaid's Tale and Big Brother.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Why? What is up with Big Brother? It is terrible. It's terrible television.
I can't live without it. So fine. I'll take away Big Brother for Handmaid's Tale, and then you have to pick between Veep and Barry and Punisher. Those are your 3, right?
True Detective.
I feel like you have to pick True Detective.
Fine, True Detective.
All right, so we're taking True D and Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, man.
This list is epic, though.
It is. Farts, man.
But don't forget, we also are getting some of our favorite shows back.
That's true.
Don't feel bad. You have a whole other season of shows you like.
It's a good list, though.
It's a good list.
Okay,
One more time, give it to me.
Your 2019 10 shows that you cannot live without. What if? Go ahead. I'm going to do the violin again.
No, I wanted to do the violin.
Oh, okay. I'll do the violin.
You do.
Right. What if you only had 10 shows to watch in 2019? Wait, I did it wrong. What if you could only watch 10 shows in 2019. You have Game of Thrones, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Stranger Things, Mandalorian, Glow, Ozark, Atlanta, Handmaid's Tale, True Detective, and everyone's favorite network show, This Is Us. From the people that brought you What If Game of Thrones hosted a New Year's Rockin' Eve. It's Hypothetical Questions with Josh and Roxy's top 10 shows that you should watch in 2019.
Yeah, baby.
And an all-time bring back Freaks and Geeks. And what was yours? Lost. And canceled shows from 2018, Disjointed and Detroiters.
Yeah.
That's your list. That's your show. Hypothetical Questions with Josh and Roxy. Before we go, Roxy, where can the good people find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer.
I used to do that. Dancing free until the morning light. Do you know who sings that?
Dido. Who sings it?
Amber. Just one word, Amber. I used to do it in karaoke a lot. It was a crowd pleaser.
Amber is the color of your energy. That's 311.
That is 311.
But Amber.
311. Very underrated band. Come at me if you disagree. I don't care. I'm at Josh McCouga on Twitter and Instagram. The Josh McCouga Show on YouTube. We are on Collider Live every single Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hypothetical Questions on Wednesday. Subscribe to the channel. Mahershala Ali, True Detective. Tune in whenever. We love seeing you guys. We hope you enjoy Hypothetical Questions in 2018 and can't wait to bring you some fresh ones in 2019.
We don't know what our question is for next week yet, so submit your possibilities because we want to. Yeah, we have some options.
We've got some options.
We want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, give it to us. At Josh McCouga, at Roxy Stryer. Put down the book, pick up the remote.